Okay, this is Prophet 6 Family Prophets and the Angel of the Church to the Laodiceans, who are Israelites. Okay, now one of the things I want to discuss, this is a part 2 to a video I just published on YouTube, this is part 2 of part 1, which was called How to Deal with Sympathetic and Friendly Gentiles, let me see here, towards, and I put Hebrew Israelites, but we're really just Israelites, but I put Hebrew in quotes, and so what I want to do is talk about that now. But this time what I want to do is I want to lay down some scriptures here, okay? I want to lay down some scriptures to give some backbone, some authentication to vet some of the things that I said in part 1 and to build further on the concept of what type of relationships we, in the land of our captivities, in the land of our enemies, that we are to have with individuals who are of the nationality. See, you're thinking about color. Of the nationality. You heard the word coming out of my mouth? I said nationality. You're thinking color. See, we got to vet these people. If they're friends with us, we have to have a friendship with them based on the Bible, on our Constitution. And let me put some qualifiers in here. All the stuff that I'm going to be talking about, this don't apply to no ratchet, unborn again, ghetto, whoremongering, crackhead Israelites. This don't even apply to you. Turn off the video. It's not even for you. It's not even for you. Just turn it off. Nobody cares if you know that you're an Israelite. If you're a whore out there and you're an Israelite, this video ain't not even for you. This is the type of counsel that you give to those Israelites that are born again, okay? It won't work any other kind of way. For a number of reasons. It's not going to work. The Bible is not even for you. You ain't been listening to nothing that's been saying this whole time. So the stuff that I'm going to say as a living prophet, Israelite prophet, it don't even apply to you. Just beat it. Like Michael Jackson said, just beat it. Just move on, okay? Now, what kind of relationship as born again Israelites are we to have with those that are sympathetic, with those that seem to be, you got to get that in there, that seem to be friendly, sympathetic, understanding, empathetic towards our condition as a people, as a born again, Holy Ghost filled Israelite. What kind of relationship are we to have with these people? Okay? And so what I wanted to do is lay down some scriptural evidence to vindicate and vet some of the things that I had said earlier. Just a moment. I thought I just saw my Bible right here. Okay, just a moment. Just a moment. Melchizedek, find my Bible. Find my Bible. Go upstairs, look through my covers, whatever. Find my Bible. Look in the car, whatever. I don't think so. But anyway, I'm back. So what we want to do, I'll just use this computer Bible. I really do prefer my hard copy let me tell you this. Since we all are fighting the old man, I'm going to give you another definition based on our circumstances and tendency as a people, what the Bible means to Israelites. The old man. The old man in the context of us as former slaves and descendant of former slaves, it means worshiping the white man. Thank you, baby. It means worshiping the white man, the white man, and worshiping the enemy. That's what it means. The new man, it means worship. When the Bible talks about the new man, guess what it's talking about? You worshiping the born again Israelite that worships the black Messiah that looks like them, the so-called black Messiah that looks like them, the melanated, the heavily melanated. You see? So you can apply that to us, because I want to tell you something about Israelites. They love worshiping the white man. Even when they find out that they're Israelites, there's like this demonic possession that they have. They always want to get them in their group, make them counselors, make them leaders, make them elders, bishops, apostles, kings, gods. We love it. We love doing that. It's something in us. It's like a Willie Lynch chip that's in us. And until that thing is fully annihilated, you can equate that chip that's in us and that pattern of speaking in that manner of support towards them as the old man. The old man. Wow. The new man is going to worship who? The Messiah that looks like them. As an Israelite, I'm not dealing with any other nation right now. Black people love. Look at this election that's about to go on. Look at this election that's going on. Black people are going to run up under, let me be nice, Hillary Clinton. They're going to run up under Donald Trump. And then they saying stupid satanic stuff like this. Well, just vote for the worst of two evil. Where in the Bible does the Bible say vote for evil? The lesser of evil. Where in the Bible does it say that? Those that concede to vote for evil are evil. Write that down. Don't vote for the wicked. We don't supposed to have no. The Bible told the Israelites, he said, you should only pick a king and leaders that are of your brethren. Nobody, we don't supposed to be voting for nobody to be over us that's not an Israelite. A born again Israelite. Yeah, you're not even just supposed to vote for an Israelite. You're supposed to vote for an Israelite that's born again. That is what was so wrong with our ancestors. They looked at the Israelites and tried to find the tallest one, the one with the biggest biceps, the one with the nice proportioned features, the longest hair, the lightest skin, the darkest skin, the most unblemished skin. But they totally looked over looking for leaders that were what? Born again. Old Testament, New Testament. Especially in the Old Testament. You see? So I want to set some of the parameters, the biblical parameters on, because let's just keep it real. Black people who are Israelites and don't know it, they love white people so much they're going to have white friends. Okay? They're going to have white friends for a number of reasons. I want to give you an example. I had a so-called white friend. Okay? And the guy was a racist. I knew it. He knew it. His daughter told me he was a racist. We talked about it. We discussed it openly. But guess what? He liked me. But he hated my people. But he liked me. There were some other people of color that were Israelites and didn't know it. And he liked them too. And I want to tell you, sad to say, this guy was more of a reliable friend to me. This is to show you how bad of friends I got. This guy was so reliable acquaintance, I'm going to say. To me, if I needed something, this guy would most likely help me. Because he had a fondness with me as an individual. Despite the fact that I am heavily melanated. You see? So you're going to have those situations. But one of the things you want to do when you have relationships like that, you want to capitalize on those situations. And you want to put ultimatums. I'm going to give you an example. See, if we're going to be friends with people, and let's say that you have a Caucasian person and they are doing everything in their power that they know to do based on even the Bible to get rid of the Willie Lynch chip that's in them. See, don't think that just people of color are the only group of people that have the Willie Lynch chip. No, Willie Lynch has the Willie Lynch chip in him. Okay? So don't think it's just coons that have the Willie Lynch chip. No, Caucasians have the Willie Lynch chip. They're the ones that made it. They're the ones that benefit the most off of having and distributing the chip to us and everybody else around the world. Okay? But when you're able to talk to a Caucasian, Asian, Polynesian, Indonesian, Taiwanese, Chinese, Japanese, and be able to point out to them, and you can be able to have a healthy conversation with them about the Willie Lynch chip that's in them, and they are open to it, well, you need to capitalize on that. See, in order for me now to be friends with a Caucasian person outside of a work environment, okay, a totally organic relationship with them, they're going to have to know that I'm an Israelite, and they're going to have to make some choices on what kind of relationship we're going to have, and I'm going to be the one that's going to be setting the parameters. I am the one that's going to be giving the litmus test to them on the type of relationship where, else all bets are off. You see what I'm saying? Now, in a work environment, that's different. We are in the land of our captivity. We're basically slaves here. So you just got to work wherever you got to work. But outside of a work environment or an authority environment like the armed forces and so forth, you are able to set parameters on the type of relationship that you're going to have. For instance, let's say you meet a Caucasian person and they like you. Y'all hit it off pretty well. And then you tell them that you're an Israelite. And then they don't even buck at it. They're like, oh, okay. And then you start telling them things about the Bible and about their history, their foreparent history and our foreparents' history. And they totally accept everything that you say. It seems that they're accepting it, line and sinker. Then you're going to have to set some parameters on what type of relationship you're going to have. Well, if they appear to, accept you, and this is not in a work environment, I have to stress that, or in a authority environment. Okay, this is a totally organic relationship that you have. Maybe you ran into a person in the store and y'all was standing in line and the conversation got started. Y'all started talking and blah, and one thing led to another, and y'all went out to the parking lot and y'all talked some more and blah 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 blah. And then right then you want to let the first shot off about who you are and what you about right there before it gets any further. Because the relationship may develop into a business relationship. Some type of, maybe they will be willing to, consider some of the terms of the relationship. Okay? For instance, well, ask them just ask them what they believe about reparations. Now, I don't even believe in reparations. You know why? Because the price is too high for them to pay. Okay? I don't believe in reparations just for carte blanche people of color that were slaves. I don't believe in that. And when I say people of color, I mean Israelites. I don't care nothing about nobody else slavery. Okay? Irish and all this stuff, because people always keep bringing up the Irish when you bring up slavery. Even though they were only indentured servants. And they can get free after 7 years and own land and slaves. So I don't want to hear that garbage. Okay. Indentured servitude and slavery, chattel slavery is totally, pre-antebellum slavery is totally different. Okay. So I don't want to hear that garbage. All right. So you can't compare the two. It's like comparing apples to oranges. And I think the difference is even greater than that. You can't even say both grow on trees. Watermelons and apples or whatever. Or potatoes and apples. So if I'm going to have a Caucasian, I'm going to say a platonic relationship with a Caucasian. All right? They're going to have to know that I'm an Israelite. They're going to have to know who my God is. And they're going to have to know that, hey, if we're going to have a friendship, since you understand and accept all these things about our history and you agreed it was wrong, it was horrible, and yes, Caucasian people should pay. Okay, well we're gonna test. We're gonna really see if you believe that they should pay. They're going to have to use, like I said in part 1, their white card. Their white Willie Lynch card to guess what? To benefit you. Yeah. Whether it's contracts, trades, they're going to have to use their Willie Lynch card, their white card. You're talking about their so-called white card, the complexion for the connection. They're going to have to use that card to benefit you. If they're not willing to do that, they're not really your friend. They're not even an acquaintance. Okay? It's just, they're actually looking for something from you. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. Now you say, well, where do you get that from the Bible? Well, let's open the Bible and see. I want to go to 1 John chapter 4, verse 6, I believe. 1 John chapter 4, verse 6. I think I want to kick it off with that. We are of God. Now, when it says we are of God, it's talking about Israelites. You're never going to see any place in the Bible where it says Christians are of God. It's not going to say it. Christianity is of God. No. When it says we are of God, he that knoweth God, Yahuwah, heareth us. So watch this. They that are of God. Now I know what Hebrew Israelites teach. They teach that no person that is a heathen can be of God. Well, I disagree. I disagree strongly. A person that is of another nation besides Israelite can be of God if they hear us. I'm going to show you how. We are of God. He that knoweth God heareth us. You're going to know if a Gentile really knows God and has accepted him and can accept him as the black Mashiach, Yahushua. You're going to know if they can accept him because they're going to hear your story. They're going to hear the terms. Watch this. We are of God. He that knoweth God, or she that knoweth Yahuwah or Yahushua and Yahushua heareth us. He that is not of Yahuwah or Yahushua heareth not us. Hereby know we the spirit of truth. See, we're going to be able to tell if people have the spirit, heathen nations have the spirit of truth, if they will hear us. And when I say us, I'm not just talking about any old raggedy ghetto, hood rat, whoremongering Israelite. No, I'm talking about a born again Israelite that loves his wife, taking care of his children, providing for them, dreaming, have dreams for them. They will hear you. Okay? We are of God. He that knoweth God heareth us. Okay. He that is not of God heareth not us. You heard that? Is not of God. Hereby know we the spirit of truth and the spirit of error. This is the acid test for all other nations and individuals of other nations that hate us. Don't get it twisted. Just because you have a Caucasian friend, it don't mean that their nation or their family and their friends hate you. It don't mean that they don't hate you. It means that they still do hate you. You're actually in the land of your captivity. That's proof, okay? So, I just wanted to set that parameter up, okay? If they're not willing to hear and talk about openly slavery without getting this obnoxious so-called Willie Lynch guilt trip, they say, you know, that really makes sense. That really makes sense. Something should be done for the Israelites. The Israelites, not black folks, not African American, not hood rats and baby mama drama and all this garbage and whoremongering Israelites. Wife beating Israelites. No. Something should be done for these people. What could I do to help you and your family? Guess what they're doing if they say something like that or they agree to something like that? You're going to have to present this to them as one of the terms of your relationship. What are you doing? You are actually ministering to them. To do what? To destroy the Willie Lynch chip in them and you. You're destroying the Willie Lynch chip in them and you. So they are to use their white power card, which is their being, their white eye, their white skin, blonde hair, blue eyes. They're to use that card, brunette, to open up advantages for those that are keeping the commandments of the Most High. And thereby, and what is their blessing? What is their payback? Just helping us. That's their payback. That's their payback. They're storing up treasures in heaven. And I know I pointed up to the sky, but let me say it this way. I shouldn't have pointed up. In heaven. Yeah. Guess what their heaven is? Their heaven is serving us. That's what the Gentile nation's heaven is. Their heaven is us. Serving, helping, hoping, opening up doors, doing surveillance, spying, subverting, throwing themselves under the bus. Okay, what bus that I'm talking about they should throw themselves under? The bus of poverty, the bus of racism. Those the type of bus they should throw themselves under. Why? That's what they had us do. By having us in the field picking all that indigo, tobacco, rice, potatoes, sugar cane. They threw us under the bus. Now all we're doing is asking them to throw themselves under the bus for us. Whistleblowing. That's throwing yourself under the bus. Trade opportunity, international trade opportunity, the acquisition of skills and trades. Those type of things. Inventions, housing, economics, gardening, all kinds of things. You see? Stuff that Caucasian people know that African Americans don't know. Ways of doing math, science, learning, fast tracking us. Fast tracking them. Those are the kinds of things that we need. See, all this talk in the conscious community about economic development, it ain't nothing but a curse. They trying to have economic empowerment without their God. It's done. It's destroyed before it even start, y'all. Look at Black Wall Street. Look at Rosewood. Look at the Denmark Bessie Rebellion. Nat Turner. Look at the Haitian Revolution. Y'all, everything we've tried is a failure. Voting is a failure. The Voting Rights Act is a failure. The education bill is a failure. Everything that we try and march for, we're actually marching for failure, because that's what we're getting. That's the fruit of everything that we do, because we try to do everything without our God. Look at John Clark Anderson. He's brilliant, but everything he does is a failure. Everything that he does is a failure. Even though he was the campaign manager for Reagan and Carter and all them. And what did those administrations do for us? 40 years of Democratic administration, executive administration. And what did it do for us? Not a damn thing. It built the largest prison industrial complex in the world. That's what it did for us. It criminalized everything that we do. So if Caucasian people are really our friend, they're going to listen to us. 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 6. Now, I'm going to give you some other evidences. And this is the template that I'm working from, okay? Let's go to Isaiah chapter 60. You see, boy, I could really go in on this subject here. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 60. This is how you know if Caucasian people are really down with you. And even going through the motions of everything that I'm about to read, they still could be agents, okay, and provocateurs. But this is a really high bar here. Watch this. Isaiah chapter 60. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. Hey, y'all. Now, I know that my real focus here is about other nations, especially the Caucasian. But this is also a litmus test for our own people, y'all. The hand wringers, the so-called black hand wringers, they're not down with God because they don't want to hear this kind of stuff. Look at the stuff I'm about to read here, y'all. The glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. Wow. The glory of the Lord is not going to rise on us before we repent as a nation, y'all. For behold, darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. The only people Israelites this is happening to is those that are born again. And the Gentiles shall come to thy light. They're going to come to your glory. They're going to be able to see that there's something special about you. You're not just like any other hood rat ghetto so-called black person. It says, and the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising. Wow. Wow. So the Gentiles are going to be attracted to us. This is why I'm saying that you're going to have some sympathetic and friendly Gentiles. The Bible says it. I just read it. And Gentiles shall come to thy light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising. Lift up thine eyes round about and gather. Lift up thine eyes and see. All they gather themselves together come to thee. Thy son shall come from far, and thy daughter shall be nursed at thy side. Wow. These nations are going to help us. They're going to serve us. Not because we ratchet, ghetto, hood, rat, gang banging, whoremongering, ratchet. No, that's not our light, y'all. That ain't never been our light. That's our curse. Then thou shalt see and flow together, and thine heart shall fear and be enlarged. We're going to fear, and our heart is going to be enlarged. Why? Because these Gentile nations are going to see that we are a wise people. They're going to wake up to the fact and accept the fact that our God looks like us. And he's not Caesar Borgia. And they're going to wake up to the fact that the God that they should be serving looks like us, and they therefore should be serving us because we are the gods of the earth. John chapter 10 verse 34. I think Psalms chapter 83 verse 32. I think. Let me look. Psalms chapter, I think 83. Let me see. Psalms chapter 83. Psalms chapter 83 verse 6. 82 verse 6. Psalms 82 verse 6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High. He's clearly talking to the children of Israel, not no daggone Christians or Buddhists or Hindus or Celtics or Celts or Irish or Africans. No, he's talking to Israel, y'all. Or people that think they're African American or call themselves. He's not talking to them. They're not gods, naming themselves after two of their enemies, Leo Scipio Africanus, Leo Scipio Africanus and Americo Vespucci. No, those are two of our enemies. You don't name yourself after your damn enemies. Damn it. You're not born again if you're naming yourself after your damn enemy. How are you born again? Who in the Bible was naming themselves after Caesar Borgia, calling themselves a Christian, and they were born again? Are you out of your daggone mind? You're not born again if you're calling yourself a daggone Christian. It says, I have said ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High, but ye shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit the nations. So if we don't keep his commandments, we're going to die like men. You see? So I want to keep going here with this Isaiah 60. Then thou shalt see and flow together, and thine heart shall fear and be enlarged. I mean, you know how you get so happy, you get a full feeling, and you just like kind of sick? If you ever been that excited when somebody gave you something, you didn't even know what to do. It said, this is the type of fear you're going to have, y'all. We ain't experienced this. It says, then thou shalt see and flow together, and thy heart shall fear and be enlarged. Why? Because the abundance of the sea shall be converted to thee. What do sea represents? People, multitude, nations, and tongues. They're going to be converted to us, y'all. Yeah, they're going to be converted to black people's belief and authority and rulership. That's what they're going to be converted to. But only the people that are born again. Not just because you're black, or just because you found out you was an Israelite and you still acting and living like a hood rat. It says, then thou shalt see and flow together, and thine heart shall fear and be enlarged, because the abundance of the sea. What does the sea represent in the Bible? The Bible tells us in Revelation chapter 17, verse 15. Let's turn there. Let's turn there. Revelation chapter 17, verse 15. It states here, and he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the horse sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. And this is also brought out in Ezekiel chapter 47. I'm not going to turn there right now, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what the seas represent. These waters, seas of water represent. It represents people. The abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. The forces of the Gentiles, the wealth of the Gentiles shall come unto thee. How shall the forces or the wealth of the Gentiles come to us? After they are converted, the nations are converted to us. I know you've never heard this before. I know you never heard this. And I know Israelite camps don't teach this. But there are going to be some friendly nations that are Gentiles towards us. Now and then, when this happens, as a nation of Israel is converted. After we are converted back to our God, and the Lord has risen upon us, and we're converted back to him, the nations are going to be converted to us. Have you ever heard anything like that in the Christian church? That one nation of people is converted to another nation of the people? Well, it's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. You see? It says, then the multitudes of camels shall cover thee. The dromedaries of Midian and Ephah. I think dromedaries are the camel-like animals that have two horns, and camels have one hump. And the dromedaries have two humps. I might have that mixed around, but I think that's the way it goes. The dromedaries of Midian and Ephah and all they of Sheba shall come. Look what they're going to bring to us, y'all. They shall bring gold and incense, and they shall show forth the praises of the Lord. That's how they're going to be converted to us. By bringing what? What's the litmus test? Based on what I've already read that shows that they are genuine. Because it says that they will be converted unto us. And after they're converted to, the next action is what? After they're converted unto us, their wealth they're going to willingly, happily, enthusiastically bring their forces or wealth at our disposal. Wow. So y'all, I'm not just dreaming up stuff about what type of Caucasian and Asian and African friends we should have. I'm basing it on the scriptures. Look, the multitudes of camels shall cover thee. The dromedaries of Midian and Ephah and all they of Sheba shall come. They shall bring forth gold and incense, and they shall show forth the praises of the Lord, not Caesar Borgia, of the Lord, of Yahushua. All the flocks of Kedar. So this thing right here is speaking in agrarian and horticultural terms, because the type of things they're bringing to us is gold, silver, camels. But we don't have camels today, and we don't tend sheep today. But I'm going to tell you this. There actually is a law in the Bible that Israelites are supposed to be an agrarian people. Yeah, we don't supposed to be dependent on Jewels and Kmart and Walmart for our food and clothing. We're supposed to be dependent on the land. We're supposed to be depending on the land. Okay, we supposed to have acres of property growing blueberries, strawberries, watermelons, squashes, cabbage, pumpkins, corn. That's the type of people we're supposed to be. How do I know that? Because our free will offerings that we give for the poor and needy supposed to be things like that, along with gold and silver and things like that, but primarily agriculture. Farming, things that come about as a result of farming. I will glorify the house of my, the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee. Well, they can't bring them now because, it's kids out there that don't even know where beef even come from. It's kids that don't even know. They've been going to school for 12 years and they don't know that beef come from a cow. And lamb comes from a lamb. Lamb chops come from a lamb. Most kids in the ghetto ain't never even had no lamb. Or some of the clean animals that we can eat. Okay? All the deer meat and stuff like that. All the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee. The rams of Nebaioth shall minister unto thee. They shall come up with acceptance on my altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory. So this is clearly happening when we are in the kingdom. Okay? However, there's going to be a semblance of this type of favor that the Most High is going to show to those who are born again now, even in this time. And I can go straight to scripture and show you that. The Bible says this over in Mark chapter 19 verse 29 and Luke chapter 10 verse 29, I believe. And also Matthew chapter I have to look. But look at the one over there. Let's just look at it right quick. Let's look at that Mark 18:29, I think it is. Mark 18:29. Let's look at it. Oh, Mark don't have no 18 chapters. Maybe it's 10. Let me see. Mark 10:29. Let me see. And yeah, and Jesus and Yahushua, it says Jesus, but I want to say Yahushua. And Yahushua answered and said, Verily, verily, I say unto you, there is no man that have left house, or brethren, or sister, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, for my sake, and the gospel. But he shall receive 100-fold now in this time, houses and brethren and sisters, and mothers and children and lands, with persecution, and in the world to come, eternal life. Now he clearly says now in this time. You see? So whoever reads this in whatever time, it's talking about them. Just like it was talking to the disciples. So he's going to show us, we're going to be able to see a glimpse of this type of favor as born again citizens of the kingdom. Even in this time. But we have to have ourselves situated for this type of favor. And this type of favor is going to be a litmus test, an acid test for all other nations and all other relationships that we have with individuals of other nations and institutions of other nations that say that they are for us and they believe that our God is black and we are the children of Israel. Oh, okay. So for instance, so if I met a guy like Warren Buffett and he told me that he believes that we are the true people of God and he's coming off trying to portray himself as being sincere, I'm like, okay, well, you know what you need to do now, right? He said, oh, I need to do something? Yeah, absolutely. And he's going to say, what do I need to do? You need to be converted to me. Since it's an individual relationship that I would be having with Warren Buffett, he would have to be converted to me in the respect of knowing that I'm an Israelite. I'm the top people of earth. I come from a nation of priests and kings, and on top of that, I'm a living Israelite prophet. So he's going to have to be converted unto me. You said, where is that in the Bible? Okay, let's go to the Bible. Let's go to the Bible. Because the people that's going to have the hardest time with this is going to be so-called black people who are Israelites and don't even know it, and the ones that are Israelites and know it. They're not going to. We love white people so much, we don't believe they should pay back for nothing. That's that Stockholm syndrome. So it says, then shalt thou see and flow together, and thine heart shall fear and be enlarged, because the abundance of the sea shall cover thee. The forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee. Wow, you heard that? The abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. The forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee. Wow. So after they're converted unto us, they accept us as the Israelites, top people on earth, the chosen people. Those that bless you, I will bless. Those that curse you, I will curse. After they and you are born again, after they accept you as that people, that's their conversion to you as an individual Israelite. Now, their forces, they ought to be willing. They ought to want to know what they can do and study to do to help you and your family as an Israelite. Not looking for anything in return. We gave enough. That's why they have an abundance of all this wealth. Their wealth is going to be in helping and serving us to advance the kingdom of God as the leaders. They're not going to be able to supersede us as the leaders in our own cause for our own people. So it says, let's go down to verse 7, verse 8. Who are these that fly as a cloud and as doves to their windows? So there's a group of people that fly as clouds and as doves to their windows. They are in aircraft carriers, coming with a whole bunch of wealth to give to us when we are in the kingdom. Well, there's going to be a forecast of this kind of stuff. There are going to be people and individuals and companies that are going to be willing to ship stuff to us free of charge to advance the kingdom of God. Just like Cyrus did, just like Artaxerxes did. This shouldn't be so shocking to you. This is not welfare. This is not welfare. This is the Gentile nation's reasonable service. See, their reasonable service and our reasonable service is two different things. Surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships, so not only just aircraft, but ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, and silver and gold with them, unto the name of the Lord thy God, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee. Now, because these type of things are going to be happening, you don't supposed to go run and start marrying the people. No, these people are our servants. They are our helpers. They are people that we are proselytizing to not only our role as a nation of priests and kings, they are proselytize to what their role is under us. I'm getting deep here. I'm getting deep here. This is deep. No, you're not going to hear the Hebrew Israelite camps talking about all this kind of stuff. They don't know this kind of stuff. The Hebrew Israelites, I want to tell you what they're content with. They content with standing on the corner, cussing out Esau, making him bow down. Some little poor, raggedy Caucasian person bow down and lick the bottom of their boots. And they get their jollies off of that. Not to be too crass. I'm not content with that. I don't even want them doing that right now. It's too many things that we need. What benefit is there in a poor Caucasian person from the Allegheny Mountains, the foothills of Pennsylvania, coming and licking your boots, and they live in some little shack, and they're homeless, walking the streets of New York aimlessly? There's no benefit in having them bow down and licking the soles of your feet. They ain't got nothing to give you. These people are two-time losers, like they say. You see? So if you're going to have a relationship with a person from another nationality, and I'm talking about I'm not just talking about Caucasian people, y'all. I'm talking about Africans, Polynesians, Asians, Chinese, Japanese. What can y'all do to help us? I told one guy this that called me. He saw my YouTube channel and he called me and he said, "Oh yeah, I believe y'all are the true people and all that." And so I started making I started laying down some terms. He wanted me to do some special studies for him. He started laying down terms for me. And then I flipped the script on him. And I said, "Yeah, we need support." He said, "What kind of support?" "We need financial support. We need connections, business connection, relationships. We need all kinds of stuff." I ain't heard from that guy again. Good riddance. I ain't got time. See, my thing is not to convert Caucasian people. My thing is to gather the tents of Judah. Now, I know what all the other Hebrew Israelites can gather the 12 tribes. No, he said gather the tents of Judah first. And exclusively. That first there does mean exclusive. For a time. Judah is not even gathered. Why are we trying to gather the tribes of Ephraim? And then a lot of these tribes that they're gathering that they're calling Ephraim, they're not Ephraim. I'm not saying that there are no Mexican Ephraimims, but they're the wrong Ephraimims. They're the ones at the top they're the ones at the top, not the ones at the bottom. What about the black Mexicans? The black Dominicans? I know people could run all shades of color, but it seems like they only focus on the ones that's light, bright, and damn near white. I'm not trying to get into colorism, but my thing is gathering the tents of Judah first. And the tents of Judah that I'm going to focus on is the ones that are the most accessible to me. Not way overseas and way over in Brazil. No, I'm going to try to gather the Israelites that's right in my community first. It just makes sense, y'all. It just makes sense. So, I just wanted to do this video to let you know what type of relationships that we're supposed to have with Caucasian people outside of a work environment and an authority environment. Okay? In a platonic environment. That's what I'm really addressing here. It's a whole lot of other scriptures I could have gave. Wasn't that deep what I read over there? In Isaiah chapter 60, I think verse 7. They shall be converted unto thee. The multitude of the sea shall be converted unto thee. The forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee. Wow. They're going to be converted to us. Converted to us how? By serving us. Waiting upon us. Coming up with acceptance upon our altar. The altar of what? Israel. As a nation of people. I hope you got something out of this. If you have any questions, please feel free to use the comment section. If you disagree, use the comment section. It's all good, y'all. We don't have to agree on everything. But I'm just doing this to protect you. And to protect the heathen that are friendly to us. Y'all really need to have the proper type of relationship with the heathen. Just like Israelites need to have the proper relationship with their God, as little g's, we need to have the proper relationship with them as our servants. That's all I'm saying. Okay, that's it for y'all. I'm out of here. You guys take it easy. And please use a comment, share, like, and subscribe. Bye.